Do you have beliefs getting in the way of your manifestation? Do you even know how to identify them? Well, then stay tuned because that's what we're talking about today. Hello, my gifted empath, and welcome back to this channel where you discover that being an empath is actually a gift, not a curse. If you're new here, I'm Karen Katz. I am a certified professional life coach. I am a speaker for Fortune 500 companies, and I am also a manifestation teacher. I am also an empath that has broken through the dynamic of codependence, people-pleasing, overgiving, and attracting narcissists. And if you want to do the same, make sure you start by subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications so that you don't miss one single video that could start shifting things for you powerfully. Today, we're talking about the hidden beliefs that run our lives, actually ruin our lives, and most of all, how to identify them so we can begin to pull them out as weeds and change them. So let's get right into it. A belief is simply a thought that we keep thinking over and over and over again. Since we were young, we've lived different life experiences. In the cases of empaths, as I've talked about in the channel, plenty, we've had traumatic experiences, whether it be big trauma, what we associate with the word, or traumatic experiences that are not these big traumas, but they were an overload to our sensitive, not weak nervous system, and we were left alone to tend to those emotional, not visible wounds that we were not able to tend to properly at a very young age. And on top of that, we were shamed for it. With all those experiences, we make conclusions. We get to conclusions like, I am broken, I am wrong, I'm not good enough, I am not lovable. And what happens with this conclusion, it becomes a belief, a core belief, through which we look at the world. Now we go out into the world as a young child and look for confirmation, this is the way the mind works, of that belief. So we attract more and more experiences that confirm this belief. You may have seen this belief in action if you've had a difficult relationship, an intimate relationship that was abusive or challenging in some way, and you've seen it repeated in other relationships. It's a pattern. If you see the pattern, there is a core belief running in the program that is creating that. Because how does it work? The belief creates a feeling. The feeling creates an action. The action creates a result. So if I believe I'm broken, I'm not good enough, I'm worthless, which was my core belief for decades, not just years, decades. And yes, you can most definitely plug out that core belief. And sometimes we need help doing that. If that's your case, look in the description because coaching is available. That was my core belief for decades. And that belief creates a feeling. How do I feel if I am broken, if I'm not good enough? I feel terrible. I'm ashamed. I feel guilty. I feel at fault for everything. I feel unworthy. If I have these thoughts, beliefs, and feelings, am I going to be ready to jump into life filled with energy, ready to take action? Absolutely not. There is no action. There is inaction. I am hiding. I am protecting. The result, what is happening? I'm either not attracting a healthy relationship, or I am attracting a relationship that reflects exactly how I'm feeling. And when I'm in that state of overgiving, people-pleasing, codependent, needing someone externally to validate me. I'm attracting people that complement that dynamic. I'm overgiving, there's a taker. There's a narcissist in the picture, for sure. And for many of us empaths, we had narcissistic abuse. We had a narcissistic parent, and this is the dynamic we were thrown into. It wasn't your fault. We didn't choose it. This is all we know, and we keep recreating this dynamic because of these core beliefs that are running in the background. So, which are the 5 core beliefs that I programmed into my subconscious and work on daily to reinforce? These 5 core beliefs will change your lives if you can plant them in your subconscious. Number 1, I'll be fine either way. As empaths, we overworry, overthink, replay the negative events from those traumatic experiences. We're always in a state of fear. It's easy to let our minds take us to that place. This mantra became a core belief because I repeated it so often. When I realized my mind was going back to those places, I would repeat to myself, I will be fine either way. And yes, at the beginning, it's hard to believe it. But that's exactly the work, right? We have these core beliefs that are running in the background because they've become habitual. And now, if we want to start making this change, dropping this dynamic, cutting this codependence, breaking this addiction, the work is exactly that. We need to plant these new beliefs until they take hold, like a seed. The second belief that has been key is, it is happening for me. It is happening for me. And yes, again, at the beginning, it's hard to understand that something that may seem difficult or challenging or heartbreaking, an ending of a relationship or financial difficulty, right? A loss of a job. It's hard to believe that it is happening for me. That is exactly why we need to plant this belief and let it take hold. Because once we believe that everything is happening for me, now I go out into the world to look for evidence of that, instead of going out into the world looking for evidence of what we've been programmed to believe, which I will share with you in a little bit. Most of the beliefs that I had and that clients that I work with come to me with. And those are the ones we need to pull out like weeds. The third one, thank you, even for what I don't understand, mostly for what I don't understand. And that's really, really hard. But if we make the decision to connect with everything is happening for me, it'll be easier to express gratitude for this thing that is happening for me that seems like something bad, but ultimately is something that is going to bring a gift, so much good into my life. The belief comes first, the results come later. First, we need to plant the right beliefs, and then the manifestations show up. Manifestation is not about seeing to believe. It's not see it to believe it. It's the other way around. Believe it, and then you see it. What we want will show up, will start to change when we start to believe differently. The fourth one, something good is about to happen. And this one was really hard to plant because I would wake up in the morning, just like many of the clients I work with anxiety, already thinking, over worrying, not sleeping well, and thinking something bad's gonna happen, and constantly monitoring what bad thing could happen. If we had trauma and situations that were overload, but actually lived with some sort of abusive parent, abusive, caretakers, physical, mental, sexual, emotional abuse, we're monitoring what could go wrong for safety. So letting go of that belief takes a little bit of work, a lot, and start to shift things to something good is about to happen. That's when we start looking for the good in life. We start aligning with what good things are out there. Are there good things in life? Absolutely. Are there bad things in life? Absolutely. But I get to tune to the one that I want. I get to attract more of what I want. I am the tuner. I get to choose. I get to control my mind, and therefore it doesn't take me to the roads that are linked to the past and replaying negative events. I get to train it to go to the places I want to go. Just like in a piece of chocolate cake, are there good ingredients in it? Are there ingredients that are not good for you? Which ones am I going to tune into while I'm eating that chocolate cake? Oh, it has magnesium, and that is good for my body, and every single process in my body needs magnesium, and it has cacao, and this is good, right? Am I going to tune into what's good for me and eat it with pleasure, or am I going to eat it thinking this is so bad for me, I'm going to gain so much weight, why do I do this? Might as well not eat it, because we're not going to enjoy it. And the whole idea is to enjoy our lives. That's why we're here, babes, to enjoy our lives. The fifth belief: I am the creator of my reality. I am the creator of my reality. Another way to say it is how I said it before. I am the tuner. I get to choose. I get to choose what I live, where I work, who I'm in a relationship with, where I travel, how much money I make, how many friends I have, how many things I do during the day, where I go. I get to choose. I am the creator. Nobody's forcing me. When we were in a state of victimhood and powerlessness for a long time, we adopted this way of being where we feel powerless and we feel at the mercy of the abuser, and that becomes a dynamic, a way of living, a way of operating in the world where we think we are at the mercy of others. That's not true. It is not true. You are the creator of your life. I am the creator of my life. And when we start to shift this belief and let it take hold, plant it, pull out the weeds and let it take hold, everything changes. Now, the problem is with trauma, what the beliefs I had and the beliefs that most of the clients that come to me with are these. I am the last one picked. I am worthless. I am lonely. Nobody cares about me. And along those lines, the list is huge, right? There's a lot more beliefs. I can't make money. There's no good men. There's no good women. And the list keeps growing. These are the beliefs that are creating your life. These beliefs need to be pulled out like weeds, and we need to start doing some exploratory work to see, what are these beliefs? What do I believe? The way that I invite you to start doing this exploratory work is to ask yourself, what do I want? I want a relationship. Why do I want it? Because I don't have it? Because I want to feel loved? The more we ask ourselves why and why and why, we'll get to that place where at the core, there's a belief in the way that is making us have the desire, but at the same time, we don't believe that we can have it. Therefore, that's the reason we don't have it. So if I want to be in a relationship because I want to be deeply loved and cherished, I may not have been deeply loved and cherished ever. What belief is in the way? It's hard to do the digging work sometimes on our own because we are in the picture and it's hard to actually see it. If you need support, reach out to me. The link is in the description. There is coaching available to help you identify these beliefs that are in the way so you can start creating the life you desire. But we need to identify and be able to get to the place where we see the belief at the core that's running is I am unlovable. And that is absolutely not true. I am broken, and that is absolutely not true. We need to break that. We need to pull out those weeds so we can actually start planting the right belief, the empowering belief that's going to support us in creating the life that we want, the relationship we want, the job that we want, the income we want, the traveling that we want. This work is essential so that we can start getting what we want, creating what we want. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that like button, share this information with fellow empaths, and please take very good care of yourselves. I will speak to you soon. Namaste.